Why are you mad?
Sammy found his daughter. What's her name?
Brittany.
Brittany. And
Are we recording already?
yeah, right now. What was Sammy surprised about by how she responded to his apology?
He wasn't mad.
He was shocked. He was like, pretty much thinking that he was gonna get slapped in the face and all this, get stabbed and whatnot.
He would be willing to take
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah, he was willing to take anything that his daughter would do, just to hear him out, I guess.
But then, what did she end up saying?
There's nothing to forget.
There's nothing to
Sorry.
forget.
I got it.
Exactly. There's nothing to
Thank
forget.
you.
Oh my gosh. Sammy feels he doesn't deserve it. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I had the craziest dream last night. Oh boy. I can't say it because
Okay.
two people that were in my dream are
Okay.
but oh my god.
What was the
it
dream?
supposed to. It was weird.
What happened?
I did not
No.
enjoy it.
Stop.
Hey guys, we
Because I woke up thinking it was real. I was like, what?
God say
Sounds
that's it to me.
exciting.
You guys need to stop interrupting and saying okay.
I'm sorry, Miss Mary. It just it popped in my head and I really had to get it out.
This is
You know how shy I am.
So right after the phone call, Sammy goes to check on each of his little girls. And we already know that his whole family already knew about Brittany, so this wasn't a surprise to them necessarily. But I'm sure, how do you think his little girls feel about, oh my God, now there's like this, our half-sister,
It's like,
and
no.
she's like
I don't know, I think
firstborn.
relieved if that was me.
Yeah.
I finally get to meet her.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they might
That's
be
how I
like,
feel.
yeah. They might be like, oh, we're gonna have older sisters. Or, they might also could take it as bad. Like, oh, he has another daughter.
Yeah.
She reminds me of a smaller version of Cat.
Do siblings sometimes get jealous, like when a new baby is born or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Would it be possible for that to happen?
Yeah, they could have.
And he has a new little grandbaby,
Oh, yeah.
so this is a lot of change.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they won't mind though.
Yeah.
He's been separated from his family for a while.
Well, as soon as he hangs up the phone, he goes and checks on his girls, and he says, I want to reassure them that I have enough love to go around. They trust me to do that. I go to Selena's first. She's excited but uncertain what it all means. She is most excited about being an aunt. She was ready to go to bed. I tuck her in and let her go on and on about what kind of aunt she wants to be. She says, I love my Claire Bear. Alicia gives me a big hug and was asking a million questions about how I was feeling. She's always been the type to care for everyone. She was happy to have another sister and was trying to figure out how many years younger than Brittany she was. I went to Ramani's last because I figured she would need the most explaining. At first, she is expressing her happiness for me. As the conversation went on, though, it was apparent she was affected by it. She eventually reveals, when she heard me tell Brittany I would never, okay, this is important.
No, I don't think
So Ramani's reveals that that she heard me tell Brittany I would do whatever it took to see her. And it made her realize her biological father had never done anything like that for her, but she always wished he had. I tell her she is still very important to me and to make every effort to focus on the family she has rather than the one she doesn't. All wounds can heal if we forgive. I check on Denise when I finally lay down. She tells me how she had seen an email earlier from Terry. Denise was in shock. I was in shock. At the end of the night, I say to her as we're falling asleep, tonight is the first night of my life that I know where all of my children are. My girls are all accounted for, and even though my son Eric is in prison, we're getting closer by the day. I thank God over and over and over over until I fall asleep. I remember the day my mom finally knew where all her kids were.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my brother, well, she kinda knew where everybody was when my brother was in jail. But she got to the point where she knew where all her kids were and everybody was doing well. And she was like, I am so grateful. Can you imagine having kids and not knowing where they are?
My mom could just hope she knows where I am.
Could you?
If I didn't know where my kids were,
Oh
I
my
would go
goodness.
off the
I could see.
freaking wall.
It's not
If
just.
Tasha was still stoned on me when I had my kids, I'll probably call Tasha. Where the fuck are my kids? I'm like, fuck, she'll hear it. She'll hear it. If I ever have kids, I'll go nuts.
Wait, if
My
I
mom
was.
doesn't I'll break down crying.
Where we're
First time in
at.
my life when I have kids.
Why?
Because you're like my best friend.
They have the support, she's talking about, because then she has support.
My
You're the
mom
one that
did
always
it,
calms
so
me
did
down
this
whenever
for
I
your kids,
Or if I need someone to calm
Sorry,
me down
guys,
and not
I'm
kill my kids, that's Tasha.
My mom didn't just want to know where we
we
were,
were,
she
she
wanted
needed
to know
this
who we were
clue.
with, when we were gonna get back.
Like, thinking about it, just like, it kind of like makes me think of how my mom feels whenever I would be out shitting her the fuck I was. Like, I think about it now to like, if I were to have kids, I'd go fucking crazy. Off the fucking walls.
Well,
Yeah, honestly, like, oh,
I
sorry.
thought you get a cell phone with the.
Like, but you know, some parents don't even care, like,
They wouldn't even get something.
some parents don't care.
yeah.
I could tell you that.
Like, you know, like my homie, Isaac and Little Lou, like their mom would let them stay out, you know, for days.
Wow.
And they'd come home whenever they wanted. And we would come back to their house faded, like fucked up. And she wouldn't mind. She'd be like, oh, you can shoot. They'd be like, shut up, you know, we're going inside. And she's like, damn, fool, like that. He's like, yeah, fool, fuck my mom, come in, dog. He's like, for real, dog? We're all faded, fool. I'm tripping. He's like, nah, fool, come in. And she's like, all right, fuck it. And then just like, all right, we're leaving. It's just like, you know, they don't say nothing to them. It's just like, no, you can't be here. He's like, no, we're staying. So it's just like, you know, some parents don't really care, you know. Like,
Is that what he feels like? Just
Yeah.
doesn't care?
So he just does whatever he wants, you know.
Is that a good way to parent?
No.
You know, never get disciplined. You don't really want to best friend.
I see
Right.
Shire being like a strict parent. He's
My
gonna be
kids
like,
will
your
reflect
ass is gonna
me.
get straight A's.
Like, your kids are like, when you have kids, that's like, they're gonna end up being like you and the dad. And if they end up anything like me, they're gonna be on house arrest for the rest of their damn life till they turn 67. And it's locked bedroom. It's gonna be like prison for them. I'll put little holes in the door. Give them food and water through there.
Okay,
Go to the bathroom. Yeah.
No.
You're not going nowhere.
I think you're gonna be aware of what can happen and you'll make sure that it doesn't happen. You'll be like, I was sneaking.
I will never lay a
I know.
hand on my kids ever, but I'll emotionally wreck them. I'll be like, oh shit, I don't want to get this. Yeah, now you know. Remember you growing up for the rest of your life till you're 16?
Emotionally wrecked sounds really bad.
For real.
No, like, no, like,
your kids are going to need a
you know, like
counselor
saying that
until
they're
you're
grounded,
done.
like they're grounded till they're like 16 and shit like that. Like I'll make them do chores till their hands bleed. Like,
Many Cheyennes. You're gonna be all loud.
doing drugs, walking around.
Hey, don't say that. Don't say
That's
that.
how my kids are gonna be. They're
Really? Really, you think that you wouldn't realize your kids were headed down that path before it got bad?
Oh, hell
my
yeah.
parents were like that.
Honestly,
Well,
if my kid, I wouldn't discipline my kids, but you know, like honestly, yeah, I would not discipline my kids. Like I don't see no point in discipline.
What is discipline to you? What are you talking about?
Like you know how parents do like the whole, oh, I'm gonna spank you and when I just, like the kid takes that as a fucking, well, yeah, takes it as a joke, you know. They take it as a joke, like sometimes they laugh about it. It's just like, you know, and then it gets the parent more mad, you know, and then they put more fear behind it, you know. And then the kid's just like, oh damn, this is serious now, you know, he's getting mad. And then you start yelling at the kid, just like, the kid started like, oh shit. It's like, nah, don't do that. Like, when my little brothers, you know, like, cause I let them play like the Wii, they play Mario and stuff, and then they'll start hitting each other with the controls. And then, so I just put them like in different rooms, you know, like,
Yeah.
just to chill out, and
Yeah.
then they come back, you know, it's fine. You know, like, I don't know, their dad disciplines the fuck out of them, you know, like
Physically?
he hits them like with the belt and shit, you know, it's just like, god damn.
I used to
But
get
it's just like,
Kids don't learn from that.
yeah, you know, and then that's what
All
I
they
try
do
to
is they
tell
get
them,
scared of
you know?
the parent. Like
Yeah.
they're like,
Well, we
and then
know,
when they grow up, they're just gonna be like, "Fuck you! What'd you ever do to me besides hurt me?" Like,
we know from studies
you're
that
talking
that
about-
kind of discipline.
that's how I was. I grew up and I was finally like, "Fuck you guys."
That's how I learned never to do it.
What?
I grew up resenting
Hey,
my
you
parents.
grab something you're not supposed to, you get smacked across the head, and it's a no.
Well, I mean, I probably do that because, like, with Oliver, if he doesn't listen the first time, like, we'll slap his hand or we'll, like, hit him in the back of the head, not
Yeah,
very
but
hard.
we're not like that, like,
Yeah, we don't do that. Like, we'll say no, and we'll, like, if he doesn't listen, then we'll hit him on the back of the head, like, lightly.
don't hit him in the
To
head,
get
hit him on his
attention.
hand, that's
No, like,
Shake
not.
their brains, make them special.
real.
No, like not hard though. Like you guys don't understand. Like it's just kind of like a tap, like almost like you kind of like push them a little bit. So it's not any force. It's just to get their attention. Like you don't do that.
The thing is when someone's angry, you might think you're hitting them like that.
I
and
don't-
You might be going,
Yeah, that's
"Wow."
true. But you're
See,
going
but
like,
then again,
ah.
I grew up with that shit, so I'm pretty sure I know my own strength when it comes to babies because I promised myself I'd never fucking hurt a kid. Especially because I was beaten till I was bleeding when I was little.
Oh my
I
god.
will not fucking hurt a kid.
And never ever discipline when you're angry.
That's how when
You got it together, bro.
It's crazy.
I almost threw Nani out the window the other day.
Discipline is when they're angry.
Ooh, that kid pissed.